What's going on? Welcome to episode 2 of Games to Discover. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Becker, and with me is my co host with the most host, M- Mel. Needs a name
Okay.
because you need a name. We need to get you another name other than Mel needs a
Well,
name. Mel, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I think the name's good.
That's true. It
Because
is.
I just want to use Mel, but it's not gonna let me use that. So
Oh, that's true. It's taken most places,
okay.
unless you get in on the ground floor. Even then, a lot of those three-letter names taken quickly.
Yeah. You gotta add like some kind of number, a little symbol, or like an S or something. I don't want to do all that.
Or
So
needs a
I'm
name.
always I'm always gonna use it. Yeah, it needs a name. I was gonna do like just Mel, but then like I don't want people just like I don't know.
You're
Yeah,
more
because
than
like
that, Mel. You know, more than just Mel.
I don't want them to shorten it to just or like some kind of J thing, which I don't think it's likely, but you never know with some people. Plus, with the needs a name one, it's always fun going into places and seeing if they can actually read the name correctly. Because sometimes it's like me's I needs a name, and
Yeah.
that's hilarious to me.
I mean, I
So,
even get that where I'll go go into it like a stream, and so the person will be like, "Hey, Nintendo Dad." Yep. Hey, what's crackle
just
lacking?
taking that super out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't leave this.
Yeah, we, we're recording on Halloween. Ooh, spooky. Um, went to. Have you ever heard of BJ's?
Yes.
Okay, I'm talking about the
Well,
restaurant, the store. Like
yeah.
it's, it's kind of like Costco. Um, and there, I don't know why I said I meant the store. Of course.
Well,
But
well, there's a store, there's a restaurant, and then by me there's a pawn shop. So I always think of the
oh,
pawn shop. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, the restaurant. He's not going to sell gold right now.
no, yeah, that's what I meant. Not the restaurant, the store where it's kind of like Costco. You go in, you get things. The reason I'm bringing this up because believe it or not, the best thing I had was the BJ's brand loaded potato skins.
Oh no. Oh, I'm so jealous now. I love
And
potato skins.
so do I. And this was a good batch. Like, sometimes you'll get the frozen potato skins and the filling will be like stuck to the side. So by the time you cook it, it's not quite there. But this, every single one, pristine, perfection. There was even a bunch of extra cheese and stuff at the bottom of the bag, sprinkled it across. I felt like Gordon Ramsay. And yeah, um, they were, and of course, sour cream. Did a little dip into the sour cream. Um, yeah, all while still losing 4 pounds last week. I don't know how that happened. I think my scale might be broke, but the,
I mean, if it's working, it's working.
yeah, everything's coming up Millhouse, baby. Um, what about you? What's the best thing, or possibly worst thing you ate all week?
See, not I, I couldn't think of before we started, but like now I actually did remember something I had that's
Oh,
actually really good. Because I was just so taken back by this thing. I absolutely despise what I tried this past week. I guess I can quickly touch on that.
sure.
But like,
Let's hear it.
like those sparkling water drinks, with like the wannabe fake fruit flavors. It's supposed to be like really good. There's like that famous brands like LaCroix, LaCroix, or whatever.
Oh yeah,
So
Lacroix.
I had,
Um, oh,
yeah,
like in
I
they
had
come
that
in
for the first
cans.
time. Yeah, they come in cans. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like the one I had. Well, there's like this box I have, a crate, whatever. There's like six different flavors. I tried all six. I hated every single one of them.
Wh-
I opened the first one. It was like this like black raspberry thing. I was like, oh, this is good. I love raspberries. Whatever. And I know it's like sparkling water, so it's not gonna have that carbonation thing. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that because I drink a lot of water anyway. I don't really drink too much soft drink anymore.
yeah,
But
except for your chocolate milk.
oh, that's I
That's
mean
neither
that's
here
not
nor
a
there.
soft drink,
Yeah,
but that's
I don't
I
know
had to start
if
staying with them.
if someone threw chocolate milk at me, I'd be like, that's sticky, but also quite soft. All right,
Mhm.
I know you mean.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can't even like disagree with you. It does have like that like velvet type of feeling that goes down.
Yeah.
It's just I've never heard it thrown like that. But but anyway, like I had this Lecoq, the cool whatever nonsense. I always was questioning about it, but like I'm not too adventurous with the drinks. I like to stick by, the ones I
The
know,
tried
like
and true, what you know you like, especially
which
because
is
they sell them in the boxes with like 12 of them, and it's
yeah,
like, listen, I want to get this and I want to be adventurous, but what if I get it and just hate it on the first sip, which is what you ran into.
yeah, because like it was like the little value bundle nonsense thing. So I opened the first one, I tried it, and like I was like, is this just flat? Like there's like really nothing to this, and it's so weird because like there's like an aftertaste after it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I'm like even thirstier than what I
Yeah.
started with. I was like, maybe it's just this one. So I tried like this peach plum one. It's like the same thing. Then like the one after that, like it had like a stronger taste. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm not drinking any of these things. So I guess if I have any kind of trick or treaters, whatever, they're getting those just little soda cans of LaCroix. I'm not I'm not I'm not suffering because
Give
I am the type of person who
you're the
I'm the
type.
type of person who like if I go out to eat somewhere and I hate my plate, I would still take it home to eat it the rest of it. Like I'm not wasting it. I hate wasting the food. But
Mm,
with these things, I'm giving it up. Anybody stops by, you're giving a can, maybe two.
here you go. You can give them to your parents to eat, drink while walking. You know,
They probably would like that.
just don't put any razor blades. Yeah, that was the whole reason for the BJ's visit was to get full size bags of Skittles and Reese's peanut butter cups,
Ooh, there's a good time.
and
I like
then ended up with a conversation about. I hope we don't get that many people this year, so there's a lot left over.
That's always the thing about like the giving out the little snacks or something for Halloween.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Exactly. But what so what was the thing that you cuz this is what you told me
Yeah,
about beforehand. I didn't know
yeah,
what it was until we
mhm,
started recording, but then
yeah.
you did think of something you enjoyed.
Yeah, it was like right in the middle of the potato skins because I had the new flavor of bluebell ice cream, which was chocolate brownie truffle ice cream. It was
Oh,
just chocolate and chocolate and chocolate and chocolate. This thing is rich as hell,
that sounds
and
like a
like
lot of
every time
chocolate.
it is a lot of chocolate. Like I'm typically not even a big chocolate ice cream person, but like I don't know. This thing is just it was amazing to me. I only can take like 2 scoops of it though, so I can't
You know?
really like pile
That's
it on like I used to.
pile it.
But hey,
Just pile it on.
oh no,
Just
because
guzzle it
that's
down.
that's 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 my favorite dessert. It's ice cream. I can eat like a ton of it. Doesn't
Mm,
matter. But
yeah.
it's just too rich. But it's so good.
When I was a kid, I would always get the ice cream in the bowl and then just kind of stir it until it was soft and then eat it. I think that's probably why I like soft serve so much. But yes, I'm just
You're eating soup.
learning
That's
things
not
about
ice cream.
myself.
Because look, I like the soft soup too, but I'm not making soup out of it.
Just make a little this that's the only kind of soup I like. That and cereal. Um All right. So we played some games.
Yes.
I um sent you a list, and I was like, these are the games I might talk about this week. I might save some for next week. Um, and then, well, I lost the list again, but oh no, I found it. But then that all got thrown out the window this morning when
Mm.
Vampire Survivors. I forgot about that update. So I got a email with a code. Shout out to them. They sent me a code for the DLC um, on Steam. So I got it on Steam. It was taking forever to download the update, and so I did what any sane person would do, went and got it on the Switch. And so I loaded it up on the Switch. It's on sale. I think it's $3.99, but right now it's on sale for like thir- 371, some random, you know how they do the random prices.
Yeah.
Um Something like that.
Yeah.
And so got that, and then I was playing it and I was like, I am so excited to check out the new um the new DLC. It was like what, 22 weapons, 44 or no, 20, yeah. Is it 22 characters, 44 weapons or something like that?
That sounds more correct. I think it's like maybe 40 weapons, but I know 20-ish characters and 40-ish weapons at the very
Yeah.
least.
I'm of course searching in real time the way it was meant to do. Um
Mhm.
which
Very good.
also, while I did that, it brought up on the Nintendo.com um, Nintendo Music. Shout out to Nintendo Music. It's one of those things we talked about it. We're like, this is, at least I thought. Also, it's $3.59. It's $3.99 normally. $3.59 on sale right now. That should
Yeah,
sale
it's
should be on
10 cents more.
everything. Um, but yeah, Nintendo Music though, we played that, or I messed around with it. You messed around with it last night. I was like,
Yeah, that's
I don't know, Nintendo Music. I don't care about this. Next thing you know, I'm bopping away to the Wii Shop Music channel, the Everybody Votes channel. I went for a walk last night and I was playing the Nintendogs bathing song when you give your dog a bath. I was just listening to that while I was
was
walking.
that intentional?
That's I was just bopping away. I was like, yeah, scrub the dog. It just brings back memories, I guess. But yeah, what about you? We did. You're the one that pointed out to me where no Xenoblade music.
Yeah, no sort of play music because I like if I have to have like music on in the background to like help focus or something,
Yeah,
I do use the Xenoblade 2 soundtrack, and did not have that.
yeah,
Not surprised, but like I kind of that's like the first thing I look for. But
yeah.
there's like I don't know what 15, 20-ish games. Some of them are pretty random. Like you have like Dr. Mario, but like no Mario N64 music somehow.
Right. It's
You know.
almost like you said, they're just gonna slowly dole these out, like just randomly bring them out. This is like something that can be connected. You need a Nintendo Switch Online account to do it. It'll be something that they can keep even with the Switch 2. Like if they change some of the stuff about what the Switch 2 Online is like, then yeah. Um,
Yeah, because like it's just an app on your phone. It's not like the app on the system.
right,
Maybe like
exactly.
the next system there's an app with it. I know some people are actually disappointed with that, but like honestly, I don't want to use my Switch to listen to the
No.
music.
If I wanted to do that, I'd just load up Smash Brothers, you know? Um, but yeah.
I saw some people were suggesting it's like, hey, this thing's gonna be bopping when the Smash Ultimate music's added because that's like everything, you know. So like,
Yeah, I don't see that.
but I do think they're gonna do the marketing of this is the next game coming out. Here's the avatars and
yeah.
here's like the music.
Yeah, for sure. Like when they release um Sushi Strikers, you know, when that sequel to that comes out,
Yeah.
um
I'm gonna
Sush.
be bopping
Yeah.
the theme song.
Sushier.
I just
Strikier. Yeah.
I
Uh,
just hope they have the lyrics added on to then. Cause most of these songs they have now they don't really have lyrics, but like if you
yeah.
go to like um Jump Up Superstar, that one obviously has lyrics, but you
Right.
don't see the lyrics. So that kind
Yeah.
of sucks. And like, they don't really credit like the actual people who make this. It's just like here's like the game it's from and yada yada. So
Right.
maybe in
They
the
just
future
tells
that
the
might
game.
improve.
Yeah. Pretty much is exactly what they do. But okay, so I brought it up. The Vampire Survivors, 20 plus characters, 40 plus new weapons, um, and they got tons of whips. So many Belmonts, you can barely contain them. Um, but um, so when you're playing this, right, it's Dracula's castle. The whole thing is Dracula's castle. It's the level, and then um, they have different red circles um, throughout the level. Like they have some outside of the castle and then some inside, and the ones on the outside like will you go and defeat them, and then like one of them will just randomly drop something which will is basically like almost like a checkpoint to be like, okay, let's say you die and then come back. You can start from you'll still start from the beginning, but you'll have, in the Castlevania games where they have the mirrors that you can jump between. It unlocks those mirrors the further you make it and the more bosses you defeat. So you can start at the beginning, and then right at the beginning there's a mirror, and then you go stand at that mirror and whoop, it warps you to like the furthest point that you've made it. And so you can go there if you want. Of course, though, like they got the harder bosses over there, so you might want to not go all the way. There's like multiple mirrors, so the longer you stand inside of the mirror, it just keeps rotating where it drops you off. And you unlock those as you go, and as you defeat the bosses, it will open new doors. And then, in Vampire Survivors fashion, they have um, different sections that like different ways to unlock, like, oh, you unlock this character by beating this boss with this, with this character. And yeah, oh, it's a lot. It's so good. I love Vampire Survivors. um but yeah, it it's
It's hard not to love it, honestly.
yeah.
Like I know I gave you so much flack for liking it before I tried it, but
Yeah, I was like, Belle, you should get it. It's only what, 3.99 or something.
yeah, you know how I am. Like I actually have to be interested in to actually try it. It doesn't matter like the price range. It's just it has to have an interest in me. And you were like chipping away at that for months until you finally got me into it.
Yeah,
And
slowly, but we did it.
because I was looking forward to this drop all week. Unfortunately, didn't get to put any time into it before we started. But I know later today, easily, or like next couple of days at
Oh
the very
yeah.
least, gonna be unlocking people. I'm not even a big Castlevania fan, but like it's just like this map in particular, it just adds so much content. It's honestly like its own little game. But like they just keep adding on to it. Like it's just like never ending. But like I kind of don't want it to end either. It's just I know for some people who like do like the achievements for it, they get so close to like filling it out, and then it's like bam, another map. Here's like another 40 achievements to do.
I know, I know. Yes, I know. I was like so close to getting them all, and I was like, oh, it's taking me forever. I was like, I don't feel like playing this right now. I was like, you know what? They're just gonna keep adding them, so I'm gonna get whichever ones I want when I'm done, and then when they're like, we're done adding achievements, then I will go back and try and clean up the rest of them. But yeah, because on Steam, when you get all the achievements, you get a on on Steam, when you get all of the achievements, you get a, what do you get? A little ribbon letting you know you got them all. So you get that ribbon, and then if you got all the achievements and then they add new ones, they take the ribbon away. They're like, no, 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 please, we give it to you too soon, and then you got to go
That's
and
actually
do it
fun.
again. So I'd rather just wait until they're done with it. I mean, in 5 to 10 years, whenever they're done.
You know, this could just be like the Fortnite of indie games or whatever.
Yeah, Survivor games. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I got a code for this earlier this morning. Played it then, and that's how I got to play it. But then, yeah, um, and then I also just got a code right before we started recording while we were in a call for Dragon Age the Veil Guard. So I got a
Mhm.
code for that Steam code. So I'll be playing that through GeForce Now. Very excited to check that out, and I'll talk about that next week. But it's not next week now. It's this week. What
Yeah.
have you been playing, Mel?
Let's see. Which one I want to go with first? Okay, I guess I'll go with Super Mario Party Jamboree. I put a little time into this because
Okay.
honestly, I know they added stuff to this one, but like they really added stuff to this one.
Yeah. They got what, the pro mode?
Yeah,
Did you try any
you
pro
get the
mode?
I did one. I did like one of each. I did like one classic, one pro, and then there's like a little single player thing. I did like one map of that, and then
Okay.
like there's like a motion island mini game thing. I didn't do like all of those, but I did a good amount of those.
And
And then
how?
there's like this whole little achievement system thing too. Like you're constantly like unlocking stuff to get like the stickers for your postcard, music tracks, and like emotes. Because emoting in the games are always fun. You
Exactly.
always
Yeah.
like to do like, well, I like to do like the oh nice play when I
Right.
messed up or something. It's
Yeah.
always fun.
What about?
Just
Did you notice a big difference between just classic mode and pro mode?
uh yeah, because okay, I just played randomly online, so it was just like whoever
Okay.
I got is whoever I got.
Yeah.
The pro people were like super serious, man. I was like, okay, this is a little much. And like on some of the maps, like in pro mode, like you can get like multiple stars at once, that type of thing. So if you have like 60 stars, you can get like two, whatever, you know. So you have to really really manage stuff. And then apparently there's like this one player, like this person plays like as Pauline, and like they're like the ultimate troll person apparently. Like they just pick on like last place like constantly. Uh they only win mini games that benefit them. If they're like in a team matchup, they'll just automatically lose. It's just a bunch of griefing. If they're like stealing stars, they'll like steal like the star from like the person in last place anyway. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I forgot the Pauline person's name, but like if you're playing randomly and it's like you get like a Pauline player, like just keep on your toes because apparently this is a big issue.
Oh
But
wow.
it's also pretty nice because like you can suggest if you want the motion mini games on and off. Once you go on these online modes, because like the last Mario Party game was just like all button mini games, and like the other one had like the motion stuff. This one just kind of combines like the two. It's like, hey, we got like everything in here basically, and the maps are a little bit more, a little more colorful, a little more spacious. They're not like big per se. I would like some of them to be a little bigger, but like they're like enough. And I unlocked almost all of them. I think I'm missing like one. But I got the Western map, and I love that map. Everybody loves the Western map from
Ev-
too.
Everyone loves it. Yeah, I imagine they do.
Mhm.
I never played Mario Party really until there was Mario Party on the. Was it 3DS?
I mean, there's a Mario Party like on all of them. So
Yeah, but there was like one that like came with like it was like a bunch of the old games. I play
yeah, yeah, I think it's 3S. I think it's like top 100 or something.
Yeah, I played that with my boys. We all three of us we played that all on our own 3DSs. We were playing multiplayer a lot, and that was a lot of fun. But I never, I was playing N64 at the time, but we were just so into wrestling on the that was our N64 was our wrestling machine, and occasionally Quest 64. But besides that, we were not playing Mario. So Mario Kart we played, but not Mario Party. So we never even I never even had to deal with the burning of the center of my palm, you know.
Didn't live. I was one of those kids that totally messed up my hand doing that. But
Did you
but
get the
I
glove?
I didn't get the glove because I didn't complain about it. I was like, you know what? That's what it took. I was willing to do this. I wanted to win. It's on me. Like I didn't blame them, even though it was their fault. Because like they didn't make the controller capable of
Yeah.
doing that.
Right. Not only that, but then I imagine growing up, if I would have done that, I'd be like, I don't want to tell anyone. They're going to tell me to just stop playing because that would have been the simple solution.
Oh, that would have been my mom's solution. She would have took the card and she would
Yeah.
have put it
You
on
got to
quote
play a
unquote the
different
top
game.
shelf.
Yeah. Well, I
It
mean,
wasn't really the top
yeah.
shelf. It was just a shelf for me.
It was just the
And I was
pit
like, well,
counter.
and I was like, well, that's it. I guess you can't play.
Well, it's gone forever.
Because like
The
she
top
knew,
shelf.
she knew back then. She's like, okay, I know you love these things, but I know you hate heights more. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. When you're 3'5"
I was
trying to
not
climb up uh, just trying to climb up something. Well, when I meant when you were younger. When you're,
even that.
I
I
guess,
might have been shorter in this story.
but yeah. So so that's one thing that I noticed that you said about this is that you played online, which is like
Yeah.
Nintendo is slowly, very slowly, working their way towards getting you to play online. I mean, they even have that 20-player mode. Did you try that?
Yeah. Yeah, I tried that. That was so silly, man. I didn't try the Bowser. Well, no, that is like yeah, I tried it. Yeah, it's just like it's so chaosy, man. But like it's a fun chaos. And personally, I didn't really have any connection issues. Like I didn't get dropped or anything.
That's
And
good.
you know, Mario Party is mainly like a multiplayer game. That's why I didn't really play most of these because like after a certain point, like I didn't have like an in-person squad, so it was just kind of pointless. And then they slowly started bringing the online thing, but like like now it's just so hard to get people to even schedule anything to play like a round or two. Because like even if you do like the shorter rounds, it still takes like a good hour and a half or so just
Right,
to do
yeah.
it.
I mean, it's
Because
much
like the boards themselves are not big, but it's just everything that happens. There's so many little events, and now they have like these little partner alley people you can collect,
oh,
and
right.
get to play the mini game for them. And those mini games are actually kind of long. They could trim some of that, yeah. But they all do like different like benefits. Like if you get Wario as your buddy, he gives you like 3 or 4 coins like each round before you start hitting the block. There's so
Ex-
many different items in this one, and there's just like a lot. It
yeah.
doesn't seem like it until you actually start to get into it, but it's just a lot. But I am having fun with it. I am slowly gonna be picking at it because this is gonna take me probably forever. I think this does replace the other Mario Party I have on the Switch, though. I don't think I'm gonna go back to that one, honestly.
Never going back, huh?
I think I am. I might even like free up the space.
Free it up. Do you have 1 terabyte? I can't remember.
No, I'm on the 400 still because I'm doing the refrigeration, clean the fridge out and you know, such. It's supposed to motivate me to clear the backlog too, but it hasn't been going too long. But I might get there one day. On the next one, I am gonna just go forward with like the 1 terabyte. Just go on. I don't want to waste it now. I guess it's my logic.
Yeah, that's
So
true. It's like I mean, I'm sure the Switch 2 is going to use the um micro SD cards, but still, it's just by the time you would want one, it
it
would
should be cheap in price
it'd be
anyway
even
too. So
cheaper.
So I'm just gonna do that for the next one. But I am liking this. I like most of the mini games I played. Didn't get to play all of them. And there's like that little motion island. I did a couple of little things with that. Like I did like the rhythm kitchen. That was fun, just matching the rhythm to like making sandwiches and like pancakes. I love doing stuff like that. I wasn't planning on getting this, but it was like a little late birthday gift from like my dad. So,
Oh, shout out
you
to
know,
your dad. Yeah.
he likes to give me stuff like that still.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Mel. Um, sorry, Mr. needs a name. Um, but yeah, that's cool. Just gotta, drag him into it, make him play with you.
Yeah,
You
that's not
know,
gonna happen.
you know what they say: share the joy. Uh,
It's not Doom. It's not Quake. I don't think it's happening.
oh, that's true. Good point. You make a great point. But yeah,
Like
yeah. I had a quick question before we move on to the next game. Now, I
um,
don't remember. I don't know if I ever asked you this before. But you might not even be able to answer it. But how was like the Lost in the underwater game? What was the diving game that you played? The Nintendo
Animal Ocean. Animal Ocean.
with Endless Ocean, yes. Did you ever get to play like how they had like 14 player mode? Did you ever get to play with a bunch of people?
Oh, actually, yeah. Because it was like a week after the launch, Nintendo actually made like the smallest push for this game, and they teamed up with a couple of random streamers. And I just went into their chat and I typed
Oh,
in their
that's cool.
code, and that's how I did it.
Oh, that's
When
cool.
when when I'm just playing by myself, no, I can't get that many people.
How
It's
was
like
it?
impossible.
Was it weird to swim because you're basically just swimming around looking at the surroundings, right?
Yeah, you're just looking for like the fish, take the pictures of. You can find like these little treasures, and like there's like these little not emotes, but they're like map placement things. There's like different symbols. There's a
Oh,
whole
okay,
bunch of
yeah.
them. So like if I put down like the sun one and you don't have the sun one, if you scan it, whatever I put it down on, you get it in your log. So things like that.
Okay,
It
yeah.
has like little achievements too, but like their achievements are like insane. It's like, hey, make like $5 billion. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a
No
lot.
one's playing this long to get that. Like, nah. And I played when like the events were happening because like there's like these events every now and then. I don't think there's as frequently as now, but where like a super rare extinct fish or whatever would appear up, and it's more likely to happen like doing those. And like some around the surroundings, they might put like little Easter egg stuff, like because like the people who made it actually was the people who do Tetris 99. So like, and they were like the very first one. There was like this one little cave area where it said Tetris with like all these little not jellyfish, it's like these different little fish. And like if you looked at it a certain way, it said Tetris. It was like, oh, that's cool. Or
Yeah.
like another area you can find like a super big crab. And then I put the super big crab on my back, and it's funny. And you can buy like little emotes. You can decorate your not swimsuit, like what is it called? Wetsuit. So I put like the little watermelon stuff on mine. So of
Oh
course,
yeah. Anytime I see a watermelon thing, I was like, oh, Mel's gonna use that.
yeah, because like with the like NSO app, they added the icons you can get from the NSO stuff.
Right, yeah.
And like before then, like I had the same avatar. Like I never changed it once. I had like Callie from Splatoon 2. It was just like the very first day one. And then like when
Yeah.
they added like the Yoshi melon thing, I was like, okay, this is my new permanent icon. And then they added the Tears of the Kingdom watermelon thing. And that's what it is now.
Oh yeah.
So, I always take the watermelon stuff. I got
Ex-
it.
exactly. Um I am we're going to talk about more games, but I'm going to take a quick break so I can stop the recording to make sure it's still working. And then we will be right back talking about more video games. Okay, so listen, I'm just adding this here because I forgot to do the question at the beginning of the show. So at the end of the last episode, I said, if you have any questions, just ask us. If you don't know how, just figure it out. And somebody DM'd me and asked me a question. John from Gaming in the Wild, love that podcast. Go ahead and listen to it.
Woo!
Um, exactly. But he asked, he wanted to know, did we know each other, you and I, Mel, did we know
Yeah.
each other before, um, like outside of video games and the podcast, or did we meet through video games? Do you want me to take it away, or you want to take it away?
You can kick it off. I'll jump in when necessary because I know you're
Oh,
gonna say something.
I'm gonna say something. Okay,
You're gonna
so
say something.
the year was no, I'm not gonna do that,
You can't remember the
but
year.
20,
That's why.
yeah. This is why
That's how
you
you
should have
stop.
let,
You're like, wait a
yeah.
minute, I can't.
No, but we met through video games, through the Nintendo Switch. If it wasn't for the Nintendo Switch, I mean, maybe we would have met, but we wouldn't have met the same way we did because we met through somebody's stream. They were streaming Nintendo games, and then we would just be in there talking, and then like in the chat talking, and then started talking in not only just like the Discord as a whole, but then I would just send you a random message, be like, "What do you think of this game?" or "What do you think of blah blah blah," and then you would write me back. And I remember when we first started talking, I was like, I message a lot, like so I can type a lot and message a lot, and it's could be overwhelming. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna message her more than necessary, right? And then
You too.
that's how it started. And now it's
Yeah.
like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, Mel, have you seen this? You know what the wild part is? Sometimes I'll send you like a random 3 in the morning message about a video game, and I'll get a reply in 30 seconds. I'll be like, "What are you doing awake?" And
Because I can't
even though I
see.
sent you the message,
Yeah. Because there was like good period of time where I would just wake up and there was like 6 random messages. It's like, hey, did you see the ad for this game? Hey, did you see the placement on this? Did you see this guy's tweet? He deleted, but I got the backup for it.
yeah. But it started with me like asking her a random message in the DM, but then being like, okay, I can't send too many DMs in a row. Um, they'll kick me out of the Discord. But then instead, I was just now it's just we just message each other any time of the day. We basically are having a conversation throughout the day, sporadically, like throughout, like it could be random times. We message each other when like reply whenever we life allows us to get back to each other.
Yeah,
But
pretty
yeah,
much that.
but we're pretty much always talking about video games.
Yeah, it's just we see something, we put it in there, and
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes it's like I try to put the link in before you do, and then you just like whip it out. And it's like, and it's like, oh come on, like I almost had it. I had this news trailer, and you beat me to it.
Right. Or that, yeah, the same thing will happen. You'll send it to me and I'll see it because I'm clicked on our message and I have it copied to paste it and send it to you. And
Yeah,
yeah, and that'll
because I
happen.
actually I actually followed you on Twitter before we saw each other in like the random streams, and because you would post like the little clips and stuff on Nintendo
Yeah.
stuff.
And
And
I
I was
did.
like, oh, this is kind of neat, and I would like like it or retweet it every now and then. But then I saw you like in that chat one day, and I remember it was like a Mario's plus Rabbits thing
Right. Yeah.
because that was like the Mario game before like Odyssey came out. So I remember talking to you about it, and you were like, "How much do you think this is gonna sell?" It was just like a random question to ask like a random person like you never really met, and like I actually just like went for it. I was like, you know what? I think it's gonna do blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I think that happened. And then you were on another podcast as a guest, and that's when I learned she has a microphone. She could be on a podcast. And then when you stopped being on that podcast, I was like, we should do a podcast. And then me, you, and Pitt, we did a podcast together. Get in these pants, and so that was in there as well. That we did that for a while, but then stopped. But then and then we've been doing a podcast, but I shouldn't say we. I keep coming to you being like, I know we haven't recorded in a few months, but what if we record again but change the name to this time?
It was like every time we did new episodes with you. But
Yeah,
this is like a bunch of life stuff that happens sometimes. You can't
yeah,
always have like a set schedule. But for now, I think we can do this one.
yeah,
It's always fun doing it too because
yeah.
you talk a certain way, and I'm very good at talking back to you, I guess. So it
I,
may seem like we know each other in different methods, but like it's been a good amount of years now, so I don't think it's too.
yeah,
I don't think it's too to ask me a question.
yeah. Because what 2017 we started talking, and
Pretty
so
much. It was like late 2017, so
yeah, so late 2017. But I mean, it's late 2024 right now. But
yeah,
um, but then when we would talk, we would um not just message, but then there was like a whole group of us that would get into voice chat and like talk and play. Even if other people were playing different games, everyone would be in there talking together, and we would all do that a lot. And I think that's kind of how, sort of how, not only the getting these pants started, but then also just us doing our own podcast came from that as well. Because it was once again years later, and then we just changed the name, did something else. But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah,
Thanks for the
okay,
learned question that
yeah,
we did not think we would seriously get, but thank you.
yeah. I didn't think we would get any questions, but yeah, John, that's how we met. Thanks for we're asking. Now we're going to dive back into our games. We had previously took a break. I went in and was like, okay. During the break, I was like, oh, we got a question. I forgot about that. And then, because I had told you ahead of time, hey, we got a question. You're
Yeah,
like, I didn't know we were
and I was
taking
like, what?
questions. And I was like,
Yeah.
I said it at the end of the podcast. And someone took me up on. But yeah. Um, in terms of games, I've been playing, there's been quite a few. So, including our boy Wilmot. He's out of the warehouse. He's at home. He signed up to a puzzle club, right? Um,
Oh, okay.
Wilmot Works It Out, which is just you, Wilmot, in his house, in the living room, basically. And you get a knock at the door. It's a box. You go pick up the box. It's top down, very simplistic looking art. Um, Wilmot's Warehouse is a game where you would like go through and you needed to take care of your um, uh, like get all the orders and organize things. And this is more just laid back and chill. You had like a time limit and stuff that you needed to get stuff done on Wilmot's Warehouse. But Wilmot Works It Out is you just work out these puzzles, and once you finish a puzzle, you get to put it in a frame, put it on your wall. And then um the more you unlock, then you unlock more rooms to put them in, whether it's the bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, things like that. And you can like organize them. There's even some Steam achievements that are like right now. This is only on Steam, I believe. Maybe
Yeah.
itch.io. But yeah, they're um this this game came. I didn't expect this game to come out so soon because they also just came out with Flock earlier this year, but that was a I think some other people helped make that one, whereas this one was more other people helping make this one too. But yeah, Wilmot works it out. Is you get a box, you open the puzzle. The puzzle is just a bunch of different box blocks. You can pick them up, the pieces, and move them around. And once it's in the right spot or connected to the right piece, they instantly lock together. Right. And so it's locked
Yeah.
together. And then you know, okay, I got some of this. One thing they do that kind of messes with you at first, well, it messed with me at first, is so it's all these different puzzle pieces, right? And then I was like, okay, I don't know where this piece is going. You like quickly learn, oh, they're putting every piece. Some of these pieces that you get from in this box are for your next puzzle that you're gonna get in the next box. You could get it two boxes from now, so you
Oh,
might end up getting like a few from this puzzle piece. A few pieces don't go with the main one and go with this one, and they go with let's say you get like three boxes in a row, and then the extra pieces in those three boxes are going to combine together to make like a small little portrait picture.
oh,
um
that's really cool.
yeah. And so yeah, um they the art, I really like the art on them. Some of the, yeah, the Steam achievements are like, once you finish these puzzles, put all the fish puzzles. I was about to say pictures and puzzles at the same time, but it ended up being puzzles. You put all the pictures or puzzles, finished ones, all on the same wall, like all the fish, all the birds, things like that, and you can get the achievements, some of those achievements, by doing that. But yeah, the in terms of playing the game, I found, just like I guess any puzzle, they get harder the more. Some of them are just a bunch of different colors. You don't know. It's like trying to organize everything, to be like, okay, I need all of these pieces look like they go together. I'm going to put all of them over here. You have a lot of space to work with. Um, I believe they do have, well, there's New Game Plus and then like endless, not endless mode, but like a mode where they just have every single puzzle on the floor and you have to like move around,
Oh,
but they're
jeez.
all over the place. So you have to like figure out which one's which. That one seemed a little jarring because usually if there's a lot that I need to like take care of, if I'm not focusing on one, I'll be like, I'll just leave all this here, not not come back. Uh, but yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I believe, you know, like I said, it's on Steam right now. I think it's 14.99. It's quite enjoyable. I was playing it with a controller. Um,
Yeah.
I started with keyboard and mouse, but then moved over to a controller. It's another one of those, you know, I'm playing on the Mac, so not every game works with the Mac properly, but this has a Mac version and only works, believe it or not, with the Switch controller. And
And
but they
hopefully.
have this thing where you, let's say you go up to a puzzle piece and you press up on the right stick to select it. And then after you do that, you can press up to select the piece above it, left to select the piece to the left of that one, right, you know, just you move the right stick around. And it's very satisfying to be like, okay, this that way it's easier to know which puzzle piece you're picking up and you don't get pick up the one you don't want. It's quite enjoyable. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. That's Wilmot Works It Out. Been enjoying that quite a bit. Um, and then another one, I'll just real quick.
Yeah.
Clock Tower Rewind. Um, so Clock Tower on the SNES came out. Then I believe they brought it over to only in Japan. This is a point and click. It's like a point and click adventure game, 2D adventure game, but you're basically using L and R. L just moves you to the left and you just keep moving. R moves you to the right and you keep moving to the right, and then you can hit X to stop, and then you're using the cursor to move like you know um, like a you're using the analog stick to move the cursor around the screen, and then you can hit a button to interact with something. Like let's say you see the stairs ahead, you move the cursor over to it and hit A on the stairs, and your character will just run right over to the stairs and run up there. But yeah, this is so Clock Tower Rewind. It's like not it Way Forward made this. It is not like a full blown um, like it's not a remaster. It's not like um, Advance Wars 1 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Instead, it's running on the Carbon engine. Do you know what the Carbon engine is?
Vaguely, vaguely.
Yeah, it's like it is limited run games, their engine, which basically is trying to uh, just run the game exactly how it ran on the SNES, because they released it again on the PlayStation, PC, a couple of other systems, but only ever came to Japan. So they
Hmm.
went ahead, released it. This is like kind of plays like the SNES version, but with that, it also works the same way, kind of like like the NSO games work where you can rewind and things. That's why
Yeah.
it's called Rewind. So there's a lot of
Oh, okay.
things that can happen where you can be murdered. Um, and you're like, oh no, I accidentally, looked at this mirror. So a hand comes out, grabs you, and snaps your neck. Um, and so you're like, dang nabbit, I don't want that to happen. So you just hold down the button and rewind to go back. I think you can only go back like 10 seconds or something. So if you messed up, there's no going back. But
Uh,
yeah, there is like this creepy creature that is like, so it's basically an orphanage. You go there, and there's a story going on, and you're there with like two or three other um, I think orphans. There might be four orphans total, and then like the adults go and talk in the other room. You go to find them, but the door's locked. So then you come back through that. The one door's unlocked. You go look for them. You come back. All the lights are off, and the girls that you were with are gone, and you're like,
oh
oh
no.
man, where are they? And so then from there you got to go search the area, find out what's going on. But then if you it's all like story based too. So like let's say it's kind of almost like those games like Until Dawn and things like that, but it was 2D. And so like you need to
Oh
do
man, I love that.
yeah, so you need to do certain things in a certain amount of time. If you play the game like just the way they want you to, everyone can survive. If not, people start getting killed off and you have to try and get them. Make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. I was playing the Switch version that played really well. I
Hmm.
will be playing more of it this week. Of course, there's just so much to get to but right before we started recording,
Yeah,
like I said, I got that Steam key for Dragon Age, um,
and
and
that's
I'll
a good
be
game.
yeah, and it's on GeForce Now, and not only that, but Resident Evil 4 came to GeForce Now, and I was playing the remake on the Steam Deck, but it was like 30 frames a second, but sometimes dropping down below. So if I can play that on GeForce Now, I'll probably be playing Resident Evil 4 and um, Dragon Age this week. That's
Yeah,
for
still
sure.
season, still seasonal, you know.
Yeah, tis the season. I mean,
Resident Evil 4. That's a good time anytime to play that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Resident Evil 4, I'll play that anytime. But then also
maybe
that
Christmas morning. You know,
I know.
let's
Yeah.
say let's say bring it in.
What about you? You've been playing some other stuff too?
Yeah, but real quick mention. I know we randomly talked about English Ocean, which I was not expecting today. So thank you for that. But when you asked about the multiplayer online thing, a lot of people like to do multiplayer online for that because like you do get like these little objectives you have to do to unlock the royal fish to pop up, and like there's like a time limit thing for that too. So if more people you have, the faster you can find those objectives, the more time you can get like this royal fish type of thing. So just quickly throwing that in there, and there's a whole bunch of little like camera options and like little emotes you can do. So you can take pictures, all that stuff. But I have like maybe like one other thing I get to this week because I know you have more than me as per usual, and
Yeah.
again you did the curveball of Endless Ocean, so uh I did finally get my copy of Yiz 10
Oh,
because
yes.
it came out Friday, but for some reason like NSI America cannot like ship out these copies on time, so I got it like Monday. So I've been putting more hours into that, and I typically played like the 3D versions of this series because there's a bunch of like 2D ones. I didn't play too many of those, but from like 8 on, I've been like a loyal fan, I guess you can say.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this one happens a little earlier in the timeline of the whole series. But like honestly, for like most of these things, you can just pick up and play it. The number kind of doesn't really matter. But like the more invested you get into these people, then it's like, oh yeah, this happens for this. That's a cool little thing. It's not like anything major. So
Right. Yeah. What about Yeez? This is Yeez 10, right? YS
yeah, it's him.
10 or whatever.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
um, but this is an RPG. What kind of RPG is it? Turn-based action RPG?
This is more action, and this one actually doesn't have like the full party system per se. Because like in 8 and 9 that I played, there's like a couple of party members you can do, and you can cycle between like three of them at a time. This one only has two characters, and like the gameplay is made off of that. It's based around this because like story spoilers, but like early on, you're pretty much like linked to this other character, and you can't really escape, so like they always have to be like within the same area, and
Okay. Yeah.
so it's more action based. So and like the previous two I played, there's like this rhythm system of where like, hey, if you like dodge and block a certain way, you can just like destroy things if you're really good at it. This keeps the same concept, but you have to use like the other person with you. And like there's some moves that are like not blockable unless you do it with like the duo mode, which uses both characters. And you can still switch between the characters. Like if you want to be like Adol, which is the guy, main guy, you
Yeah.
can be him, but like you can switch to I honestly forgot like his female co-star's name, but you can switch to her. But she's
Yeah.
really fun. She's really fun because like the first time you meet her, she's like on like this pirate ship, and like her her section, her group or whatever, it's like controls like a certain part of the ocean, and like some guy like went in between it that wasn't supposed to, and like she goes to his like boat and basically just like slaughters him in front of you.
Oh.
So that's fun, you know. And like he's like your partner for like the entire journey now.
Okay. Yeah.
He has a way different personality than Adolf, because Adolf is like he's a nice guy, but like he's just like an adventurous guy. Like whenever there's adventure, he wants to do it. Like he will find adventure anywhere. Like they're actually like supposed to be like on another mission. They're like doing this whole adventure in between that before he goes back to it. And then this one has the ship battles, so like you can like go on the ship and like attack other ships. I was really hyped about that before I played it.
Oh yeah, but
These
wait, you
things,
said
these
before you
things,
played it.
yeah, before I played it, these ship
Uh,
battles are awful,
oh,
horrendous.
oh goodness.
Because I did the tutorial, I was like, okay, cool, awesome, this is gonna be fun. And then like I did it, and I was like, oh no, this is because like okay, let's be honest, the games themselves are like very like PS3. They look very dated in that kind of graphics wise. And honestly, like they honestly kind of do play like an old like PS2 game. But I say that like the PS2 comment like in a very positive thing. 'Cause I love a bunch of those things.
Right, yeah.
But with this ship battle like movement, it's so tanky, it's so slow. Like I wanted to come on here and be like, oh, it's better than Skull and Bones, because Ubisoft made that whole thing about the whole game, and nobody cares about it. But it's just awful. So like whenever one of those sections pop up now, it's just like, oh no, I don't want to do this.
mm.
Oh, I just want to go back to fighting.
Yeah, what is
So
it? The
yep, I
Yeez
just feel bad.
boat?
Yeah, it's like the ship. You get to go on a little ship. You get to like sail to like the different parts of the map, and there's like enemy ships that come by. You have to shoot them down, but it's just so slow. It's bulky. It doesn't even look good, even for the art style. It just doesn't
Oh
look
yeah.
good.
The
But like I actually like the story and the actual fighting, so I still like that part. I'm just a downer because I really like the ship battle idea. I thought it would have been fun,
right.
but
No. It turns out no.
no, it turns out no. And I'm like 3 chapters in. These games are reasonably long. Usually there's little side quest things you can do to raise like a relationship status with your character. It's not like a romantic one, it's just like a friendship kind of thing. And sometimes that affects like the true ending or not, that type of thing. So you want to do like as most as you can. And a lot of them are not even that long, you just kind of like take them out as you just playing the game itself. So I'll be playing a lot more of that. But it's
Yeah.
still like one of my front runners for the year, for me personally. But I just really like this series because it's like, to me, it's like the really good budget series. Like, it's obviously not going to get as much production value. It's obviously not going to get like as deep story wise, characterization wise. It's on these other series, but like, it's just like pure fun, minus those ships for now.
Yeah, right. Minus the ships. And
Minus the ships.
I'm watching a video right now and it does not look great.
Yeah, and that section doesn't. Oh, and so far, when I'm playing right now, in the past, I've been more of a dodger than a blocker. Like I've been parrying more in this one because
Oh.
it seems to be more focused on like, hey, you want to like land these movements to really attack these guys. I also put it on hard because like there's like easy, normal, hard, uh something, and then like nightmare. I'm never doing nightmare because it's like that's impossible. But I've been having a good time with hard. And like if like one of your guys die, you can like revive the other one. It's just sometimes you kind of want to die like in the right spot, or you just in this loop of like constantly healing you other teammate while trying to stay alive type of thing. Because like the demo itself, it's like the first like 6 to 8 hours of the game, which you can do like 2 chapters or so, so it's not too bad. The demo's out for like everything that it's on. You want to check it out. Just brace yourself for the ship parts.
Ugh. Were any of the ship parts in the demo?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Hmm.
like the demo tries to hit like each little section of the game itself before like it ends, that type of thing. But I didn't beat the demo before I kept the game, so I can't tell you where the demo ended. But it does transfer over, so you don't have to redo any of that. So that's always fun.
Yeah, exactly. Um, all right. Um, I am trying to think. Okay, so you know what? I'll just talk about Sulfur because that one I was going to talk about next week, but it is out now. It's on sale now. Might as well just go ahead and dive in and talk about this. This is a first person early access roguelite shooter kind of. Basically, you have like a medallion, and that medallion that you wear around your neck lets you come back to life, right? And so, um, whenever you die, you just warp back to the town, and then um, they have like you go down into a cave, you go all the way down, and then as you go down into the town or down into the tunnel, there's like more stuff that you can do with your medallion to like unlock new abilities. You have armor that you have that can carry over from run to run. Um, in terms of the graphics, it's like so it's first person, but it looks very cartoony.
Ooh.
Um, it looks like mm, not quite. What's that? Bug snacks.
Oh yeah.
It. I don't know if it looks like that, but it also has blood. So like, let's say you shoot these little goblins that are running at you, like you'll see like blood and bones of where they're behind their wherever you shot behind that you'll see the um like their actual skull because of what you shot through was their skin. Um, and so yeah, it's rated. Well, it says rating pending, but it is cartoon mischief, cartoon violence, blood, gore, use of alcohol. Let's be honest, it's going to be um, M for mature. But so the longer you stay alive, you can get like armor and stuff like that with you, and then um, once you um, the stuff that you're holding on you can I, I think when you die some you drop some of it, but then there's like little portals that you can use to like, oh, I don't want to go any further, I'd rather just come back up to the top with what I have, and you can like put it in a chest. The armor, like the helmet and stuff that you're wearing, you can repair in town and then like use it from run to run. And then but it's also like an FPS, so it's like a first person shooter. So you're like going around with like pistols, shotguns, things like that, shooting the enemies, and then you can upgrade your weapons. And um, they have like different areas too. And yeah, like I said, it's early access, so their plan is to add like a lot more areas, and then there's going to be like an endless mode. And uh, I think they said after it hits 1.0, their goal. Yeah, so let's say if the game ends up selling 200,000 copies, they will add multiplayer. So,
Ooh. So let's get that happening.
yeah, it's a lot going on in the game, but also it feels good to like move around. Oh, and then I didn't even mention it, but I do end up find myself dying a lot, but you're also picking up food, and then as you go along, you'll find cauldrons, and then you can like cook up food, and it restores more health than if you just eat the food by itself. And there's different combinations that the food can do to give you like different buffs and things like that, based on what you're cooking. But yeah, that was Sulfur. That is out now. It is on. I say it's on sale, but it's on sale till November 4th. So if you're listening to this before November 4th, just know it's on sale now. It's normally $24.99. It is $19.99. So you can go ahead and
Oh,
pick that up. Yeah. You said that was the last of the things that you played.
I think I'm gonna save my rest of the stuff next week, but I think you wanted to touch light on Fear the Spotlight, I think.
Fear the Spotlight. That's true. Fear the Spotlight was like Um, it is the first Blumhouse Games game. So originally the game came out last, I think, September, and then ended up getting delayed from then till now. Or not delayed, but they took it off the store. And then what happened was Blumhouse was like, "We'll give you um, the resources to make it the game that you wanted to make it, right?" And so they took it off the store. And if you already bought it, you got it again when it went back up. But they brought it out. It is kind of like a PlayStation One like survival horror game. Um, but also the character models sort of look a bit like um, what was the name of that other one by the people that did um, what was the name of that um, they did snipper clips.
Yeah.
Oh, Crow Country. So it kind of looked a bit like that. Crow Country was going for the PS1 look, but they were going more for like Final Fantasy VII sort of PS1 look. And this one looks a bit like
Yeah.
that, but a little bit more. It feels more like a PS1 game, and it doesn't have. You're these two friends, right?
Mm.
You are at the school. I think it's in like 1990 or the 80s, but you're at the school um, in the middle of the night. It's like a tornado or a thunderstorm happening. And so you all go over there. And while you're there, um, you're like, let's just check this out. And they went over and they wanted to like break in and check to see. So there was like a fire at the school, killed a bunch of kids. And so they have like a memorial of all the kids, right? And
Yeah.
of course, the two of you get split up. So you're playing as the one character and you go through and then you trying to find your friend. And when you're trying to find them, um, all the portraits that they had of uh, the girls over there, like it was like boys and girls, but just the whole class that ended up dying in the school fire. Um, their portraits all look mm, like almost like zombified versions of them, right?
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and but then everything starts like freaking out even more, and what it does is, at least the reason I feared the spotlight was because um, there is this enemy that you eventually meet. First, there's like an enemy that you, you see them like as you're approaching like a dark hallway, like just peering, like they have their hands on the wall and they're like peering around the corner looking at you, but then by the time you get there, they're gone. One of those things.
Mm. That
Nah,
is kind of creepy.
yeah, not a fan of that. But and then so then what they do is have um they had that, and then um there is this one enemy that kind of looks uh like almost like a pyramid head, but instead of pyramid head, it's like a big spotlight, and it's just looking for, I guess, for you or somebody. And
Definitely don't like that.
yeah, fear the spotlight because you got to stay out of the light because if it sees you, it'll grab you and murder you. Um,
It's just like an instant kill,
yeah.
basically.
Well, yeah. So it has the same sort of like Resident Evil health thing where it shows what your health, and then instead of herbs, you're using um, an inhaler. So you have to find inhalers along the way, and so you
That's
are.
actually kind of more. That's actually kind of more messed up if you can't find the injections for the inhaler. You know?
Yeah, I know. you need to find your inhalers. But uh, there's just random inhalers lying around in the locker room. Um, but then yeah, that they'll come right for you, and when they come to get you, it like the first time I got grabbed, it grabs you, pulls you in, and then like shoots the spotlight right into your face. But then like something happens where it like freaks out. Something about the spotlight being on you freaks out and then drops you, but then most of your health is gone.
Mm.
So you're gonna have to keep doing that. So then I had to run away, um, use the inhaler I had, and hope that it'll work out. But yeah, I've been playing that. I think it's like a 4 hour game. I'm like 2 hours into it now. So I will hopefully have it beat by next week. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Um, Fear.
Oof, I don't know if I would enjoy that too much. That just sounds nerve wracking just listening to it. Because, like, I'm just picturing, like, my person just, like, freaking out even before I get, like, the next inhaler puff, and just, like, that's it. I just accidentally trigger the spotlight and my guy would just be done.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you will hear them, um, like the music changes and everything like that, and then um, while you're hiding, you can like hear your character's breathing starts getting more labored, and like they're just trying to hide but trying to stay quiet at the same time. And because you and your friend get separated, so then you're like looking for your friend, and yeah, it just goes from there.
Mm-mm. Very seasonal for the occasion today.
Yeah, that's true. So it came out. It's out now. Um, I think it's out on everything actually. Now that I think about it,
They want everybody to feel it, so they got to put it out and everything.
yeah, it's out on the Switch, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. It is. Um, it's only rated T for teens, so like, it's more like psychological terror than
Yeah, then like the gruesomeness, it's like it's suspenseful.
right. Yeah, 1999. Fear the Spotlight. Yeah, that's out now. You can go ahead and check that out.
Not a bad little thing for a Halloween night game.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that I mean, I enjoyed my time with it so far. Um, but then of course next week is going to be uh, this whole the rest of this week I'll be playing Dragon Age and what else am I playing? Vampire
Fantastic.
Survivors. Yes, thank you.
And knowing you, it's on the cops. So,
That I mean that's a good. There's a good possible. Oh, Resident Evil 4 as well. I'll be playing that.
oh yeah, it's the whole GeForce thing.
Thanks. Shout
Yeah,
out to it. And maybe listening to some Nintendo music through the app.
I mean, it has the Wii Shop music, so
That's true.
and apparently, Nintendo's Faith and soundtrack is
It's jamming. Yeah, it's jamming. All right.
such a random week for them.
Yeah, because Nintendo like pretty much announced something new every day this week, right?
Just
Monday
about.
they announced what
Well,
the Animal Crossing
it-
offline stuff.
yeah, yeah, it kind of counted because it was like really late night Sunday, but most people probably saw it Monday.
That's true. But yeah,
And it's
then they
actually a pretty good value for that app if you're like a big fan of it. Because it's like only $10 if you get it in like a certain promotion sale thing,
yeah,
and
and your
you
save
sneak a
carries
lot of
over,
stuff. Yeah.
which is good because my save had like the Mario hat and stuff that went away. But now it seems like they might just have that there.
Yeah, because they are like reintroducing some of the past like events, I think they call them, with like
Yeah,
the little themes and whatever. Not all of them. I think it's like most of them. And like there's like a new like online feature to do with your buddies. It's not like you can go to the towns or anything, but like you can still like see like postcards or something, photo or something. Because like before, you used to be able to sell stuff, but like now you don't need to sell stuff because they're changing like the league ticket system, which it's not gonna be a thing after a certain point in
Oh,
time.
that's
I think.
true. Yeah,
So,
I forgot about that.
but
But
like
yeah,
honestly, like diehard Animal Crossing fans, it's kind of better in Horizons in some ways, you know. So hopefully they'll introduce some of that stuff from there into the next full game. Because I played the app a little bit, but I didn't like keep up with it. So
right. Yeah, I played it like the first week maybe, and then played it again when the Mario stuff came out, and every once in a while I'd go back, but I mean, if there wasn't an easy way to get platinum coins, I'm not probably not playing it, you know.
no, you have to save those platinum points for the avatars, you know.
Yeah, that's true. You got to save them. But yeah, um it's been another week of games to discover.
Yeah,
No, do
I'll
you want
discover this
people
one.
to find you anywhere?
I mean, they can just ask those questions through you apparently. So
If that's true, yeah, just find me if you want. Ask some questions for the podcast. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week. Toodaloo.